Hi, I'm Jonathan, and if you live overseas and own property back home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, this channel is about helping you protect it properly without stress, confusion, or awkward family situations. I answer real questions from Diaspora homeowners based on what I see on the ground every day. Now, today's question is one I hear quite frequently. If this topic matters to you, like the video and subscribe because the channel is built for property owners just like you. Now, the question is, hi Jonathan, I live overseas and own a house back home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right now, I just ask family to check the house for me every so often. People keep telling me that can cause problems, but I really don't understand why. Isn't that the normal way to do it? So, why this feels like the right thing to do? It's a really common situation and it comes from a good place. If you live overseas and own property back home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, asking family to check the house feels natural. It feels safe, it feels familiar, and in the Caribbean culture, especially, family support is everything. People generally want to help. This isn't about blaming family members though, so please remember that. The real issue isn't intention, it's structure. So when someone says, can you check the house for me? What does that actually mean? Does it mean opening the gate, looking through the windows, going inside, reporting damage, following up repairs, or anything else? Most of the time, none of that is clearly defined. Now, if you're still watching at this point and I haven't bored you too much, please subscribe to this channel. This is exactly the kind of real world property insight we will be sharing regularly with you. Now, point 4. When roles aren't clear, responsibility fades. When a role isn't clearly defined, responsibility slowly becomes optional. Not because anyone is careless, but because people don't know where the line is. So over time, visits become less frequent, small issues don't feel urgent, and bad news gets delayed. Updates turn into silence, not because something dramatic has happened, but because no one is formally accountable. So, point 5. Why this setup feels like it's working at first. There's another reason why this approach lasts longer than it should. It feels like it's working. No break-ins, no urgent calls, no obvious problems. So therefore, silence gets mistaken for confirmation that everything's okay, right? But silence isn't confirmation. Yeah, you got to remember that part there. So point 6, the slow damage you don't see from overseas. A roof can fail quietly. Moisture can creep in slowly. Small issues can sit unnoticed for months. When you're overseas, you don't see gradual change. You only see the before and then the after. That gap is where value quietly leaks away. So, if you know someone dealing with these issues right now, please share this video with them. You can save them a lot of stress later on. Okay, so point 7. I didn't want to bother you. This is something family members say all the time. I didn't want to bother you. I knew you were busy. I didn't think it was that serious yet. That comes from care, but not necessarily from neglect. But property doesn't respond to intentions, it responds to timely action. Okay, so point 8 now. Informal reporting versus structured reporting. When reporting feels informal, people hesitate. When reporting is structured, it becomes routine. There's a difference. A professional doesn't worry about bothering you. They document, report, and act. That difference alone saves months of delay and thousands of dollars over time. Okay. So, number 9, emotion versus objectivity. Family relationships are emotional, as we all know. Property management needs objectivity, but mixing the two can strain both. Silence feels kind in the moment, but it often becomes expensive later on. Okay. Point 10, the hidden cost people don't want to talk about. The cost isn't just money. Yeah. It's frustration, guilt, awkward conversations, sometimes resentment. Owners often feel out of the loop as family members feel pressurized. The property deteriorates quietly in the middle and just falls apart. Now, number 11, how clear systems reduce stress for everyone. Clear systems don't just protect buildings, they reduce the emotional load. Owners stop guessing, family stops feeling responsible, and tension disappears when guesswork also disappears. So, point 12. So, what actually works better? What works best is simple. Family cares, professionals report. Clear roles protect relationships. Formal inspections, documentation, and follow-ups create reliability. Now, if this perspective is helpful, hit the like button. It helps reach other Vincentians in the diaspora that might need to, get some help. Now, 13, this isn't about distrust. Choosing professional oversight doesn't necessarily mean you don't trust your family. It just means value, transparency. It means that you want actionable information. It means protecting both the property and your relationship. So, number 14, why VINCYBNB and Property SVG exist. This is why services like us exist, not to replace family, but to support. We provide structured documentation and real eyes on the ground, so diaspora owners aren't managing from emotion or distance. So, if your current setup relies on checking in when someone remembers, it may be time to rethink the whole plan. Good intentions aren't a system, but clear roles are. Okay. Now, if you found this useful, like the video, share it with someone who owns property back home, and subscribe for more honest conversations about protecting your Vinci property from afar. Just like to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.